Today I'm going to be talking about the hockey pucks. I got some game pucks here and retail ones. First one's the retail replica. This is an official IIHF retail puck, made in Czechoslovakia. As you can see, the threads, they're pretty common. This is a common hockey puck. And they've changed a little bit on the lettering over the years, but they're pretty much made the same way. This is definitely different. I think these are used in the Olympic Games. And over here I got a Viceroy. This is a late 70s, early 80s Atlanta Flames game puck. So these are hard to find. As you can see, there's a rubber coated logo on the inside, the center, and same on the back as the NHL shield. It says Viceroy, made in Canada, approved. They have also, like the threads are similar to the other one, but this puck feels a little bit more harder rubber and has a sharper ends. Now this one right here is made by Sherwood. This is actual ones that would be in the NHL game pucks today. Has a shield. Made in Canada, made by in Glasgow was the ones from 1985 and on to most recent. 2010 were made in Glasgow. Then they changed to Sherwood, but same company, just the name. These are silk screened, front and back, gloss. As you can see, the edges, they're kind of rounded, nice and clean. If you see this one, they didn't really clean the edges. These pucks are made with 9 different oils, and then they bake them like a cupcake holder at 365 degrees is what they're baked at. And then they cool them down, then they clean the edges, and they press in this, the threads and the lettering. So this is how they're done. I got this one from Staples Center. Just as these are the warm-up pucks that they use. So I got this one at Staples Center. I've had this one for a while. So this Viceroy, if you had one from like the early 70s, it's very less threads. So that's what would be like what Bobby Orr used. So imagine no tape, hardly any threads, and he handled the puck like a magician. Before that, there were Converse, similar style logo. Like this one, had the hexagon logo on the back. On the front had the rubberized logo of the team. And if you can see here, I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to lift this up. You can see it's not up, not raised up, but the Converse ones were a little bit raised up up just a bit. You can feel like a bump on them. And they had the late 60s were the first couple years after the NHL got 6 other teams to 12. Those are harder to find, but then after that they silk screened the back. So it wasn't rubberized in the back, just a silk screen. Those are more common Converse, and they're not worth as much, depending on the team. The hardest one to get was one of the Penguins. Had like a little variation, and that was like the hardest one to get. Another one that's valuable in these is the Oilers one in the late 70s. If you have an Oilers, that's worth a lot. And they made variations of the pucks. There's, I think, a guide, Becker's it's called. If you get that book, it's worth it because it has every puck ever made. And they started back from the Spalding days. So Spalding was the type of puck that was used in the collegiate games back in the days. And after that, Art Ross designed a puck that was used in the NHL from the 40s and 50s. They had one for the American League and one for the NHL. And back in the 6 teams, like 1960s or late 50s, they had this hexagon logo on both sides. If you have one of those, it's worth hundreds of dollars. So they're worth it. There's only 6 teams, and they're very hard to find. But if you happen to get one, definitely grab it because they're worth a lot. And then also the WHA had pucks. At one point they made blue pucks. orange pucks. They did variation, just the test ones, and also all the junior teams, they made pucks for them. So similar thing, they used, you know, the modern ones use the same thing as the NHL. And then you have the minor league teams back in the day. Also, they made theirs from Czech Republic or Canada, but they were just common pucks. They weren't like very expensive. Depending on the team. So if you have something that's very rare from the minor leagues or juniors, they're worth a lot of money. Other than that, if they're just common, they're not worth very much. Yeah, I hope this helps. Thank you for watching.